On everyone, Hawks21 here, back with another Splinterlands video. So today I had a life focus, which I was really excited about because that allowed me to rent some of the newer life cards that I haven't got to use yet. I rented a Max Grandmaster Wraith, which I'm still waiting to purchase for myself, but I got to test him for the first time, and I'll have some gameplay with him coming out soon. But for this one, I was very impressed with Jared Scar. And it's not in the way you would think I was impressed with Jared Scar. Normally, Jared Scar is a must-play in melee can attack from anywhere, super sneak, or everyone has opportunity. But I was using him as a main tank, and I found a strategy that worked really well for me, having him be in my first position. And I'm going to show you, I believe, 4 battles today, highlighting Jared in the first position as the main tank. And I'm really excited to show you the strategy. I think it's a really fun one. But before I get into all that, I am Hawks21. I cover Splinterlands almost every single day. It's the only game I'm currently covering, so if you want to learn more about it, or if you love the game, this is the channel to be watching. And in that instance, if you learn anything new from my channel, it would be awesome if you could like and subscribe. Getting very close to 1,000, which is sort of my initial goal. So I'm really excited to get there. All right, so quickly on Jared Scar. You've seen the stats, they've been up for a little bit here. I'm running this at a max level at Diamond. So True Strike and Piercing with 7 damage is key. I would run this at Gold. True Strike and Piercing are key. Obviously 6 damage worse than 7. Don't need to be a PhD math student to know that. In Silver, little less interested because no piercing. True Strike is still great, but without the piercing, if you have someone with shield up front, the whole point of this strategy is he's able to quickly get through almost everyone in front of him and get really, really powerful with a Bloodlust. If you have to worry about shield, it becomes less of a thing, but the True Strike is still good. At Bronze, I'm not running it at all. He's too slow, doesn't have the piercing. In Bronze, he becomes more of the, I'm only playing him if it's melee, can attack from anywhere, super sneak, or the opportunity. Okay, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with a match against everyone's favorite, Kitty. And you're going to see a very similar setup for me. Chantius is my summoner in 3 out of the 4 battles, and in all of them, Shield Bearer is going to be in the last position. And so what we're doing is just drawing all the attention to the Shield Bearer, which is going to allow Jared Scar to basically go one-on-one with whoever the frontline monster is, without really taking damage from anywhere else. He will take reach damage, so that's a problem, right? If they have like a ton of, they do a big reach monster, you could be in some trouble. But the other thing you do is you bring support for him, and by doing that, you're also bringing some support for the Shield Bearer. So here I bring the Truth Speaker, which is going to make sure he's cleansed, which is good because the Horny Toad has the poison, and offers a heal and some additional shield. And then the Adelaide Brightwing has a Resurrect. Chantius also has a Resurrect and some Repair. So it gives some additional survivability to Jared Scar and lets him sort of go one-on-one where their entire team is focused on the back line. Even with a summoner like Kitty, this is a very, very, very powerful strategy. Let's watch it unfold. Oh, there's also Enrage in this rule set, which is why I was considering it. What was another, it just makes it more fun. I ran this sort of across rule set. So you can see he gets poison there right away, which he doesn't have a lot of health, so poison plus takes 3 thorn damage, that could be it. But the rust, with the cleanse here, the rust was cleansed, the poison was cleansed, and he got a little bit of a heal. But he's still enraged, and now he's going to hit for 11. He hasn't even gotten Bloodlust yet. And he has the 11 attack. And all of their guys are just going to be completely distracted going after my Shield Bearer. Did 6 damage to the shield. Again, down to 2 health. We get the heal. And now we're able to just cruise through the rest of their guys as they're all distracted. again, he gets poisoned. It's really important you bring some survivability. But 11 damage, piercing through the shield, bloodlust. Now he's up to 8 damage. So even when these guys are enraged up front, I'm bringing repairs from my summoner, repairs from the back line. They just cannot get through Jared Scar one-on-one. And at this point, it's too late. He can take out, specifically with the True Strike, right? He's very slow. Look at this. He's going against a monster with 11 speed. Also, before I get into that, notice the Resurrect. It's very important because it keeps the Shield Bearer alive for even longer. He also has a Resurrect. And he has a Triage, so he can heal the Shield Bearer. So there's monsters here that both support Jared Scar and support the Shield Bearer in the back line. So what I was getting to here was he has 5 speed, 11 speed. So that's a 60% miss chance plus 25%. So that gets up to 85% miss chance normally. But Jared's True Strike doesn't matter. He's going to hit 100% of the time. Well, I guess he got shield, what's his name? The Dragon Jumper got healed, so it wasn't that big of a difference, but still. Oh yeah, it's back. So yeah, I can do, oh, he got stunned actually. I forgot about that. I did have to deal with some stuns here, but I was bringing, enough support where eventually, as long as he didn't stun me on one turn, I was going to be able to wipe him out. And here we go. So again, one turn, another Bloodlust. Look, when he gets enraged right now, he does 15 damage. I don't think we'll get to see him do it just because he'll keep getting healed. But yeah, 10 damage, another one. And now he's unstoppable. We'll watch him finish it off, and he'll get up to 12. So yeah, all about getting Jared Scar going one-on-one. Here, similar type situation. I used a couple different cards. I wanted to sort of highlight as many different cards as I could. So another Enraged opportunity. This one was a particularly good rule set to do it because I know I wasn't getting magic, right? So I knew there was going to be a lot of ranged in the back that would be firing at the Shield Bearer who has the return fire. So in this one, the Shield Bearer actually does a ton of damage to their back line as Jared Scar is doing damage to the front line. So we're sort of hitting them from both ends. I wanted to try out the Evangelicist. Brought the Inspire, gets the Rust. I think this could be a pretty underrated card. I was experimenting with it a little bit. And then, again, just brought some Protects to give him more shield because I knew there was no magic. So, I was worried about a big reach play because Death has some decent reach cards. And then I brought a Triage for the Shield Bearer along with the Triage from the Summoner. But yeah, as you can see, in the no magic rule set, this is especially good because it's really hard to get through the Shield Bearer if you don't have magic, and he's going to be sending all the range damage back at you. So yeah, Jared gets up to 8 to start the match, which is crazy. And they did bring the Gem Meteor here, who has the Scatter Shot. So he hypothetically could have targeted Jared Scar, but I don't think he did it all. As you can see, Shield Bearer just doing a bunch of damage to their back line. It's very, very difficult to get through this strategy. I'm just doing 9 damage and I can't miss, even though there's an 8 speed differential between Jared and the Alamo Cambio right now. I can't miss because it's the True Strike. Another one. We wiped out one of their back line with the return fire. Yeah, I got a little bit lucky that the Scatter Shot piercing didn't target Jared. Like, that's a counter for this strategy. Bring a bunch of Scatter Shot, but again, that would require a lot of luck. Right, like he probably would have needed to hit Jared multiple times with the Scatter Shot, and he had a 1 in 6 chance. Yeah, another one where he ends up at 12 damage. Once he gets rolling, there's really like nothing you can do. So here's one poison rule set. I actually use Grandmaster Wraith. A couple things here. So he spammed Jotun, so I knew what to expect. Shield Bearer is perfect to throw in the back line in this case. He didn't bring as much ranged as I thought to throw it back, but we'll make quick work of the Countess. The other reason why I had to show you this one is we see a little bit of the one-on-one between Jared, Scar, and Grum. Grum was the original Bloodlust monster in the game, and Jared was the most recent reward card and became the second. And if the goal is, one-on-one them against each other with some support, give me Jared Scar over Grum every single time. Grum's a better defensive tank, more health, can eat up more damage. But if he has to go against Jared, give me Jared. And the main reason why is the piercing. So, I've talked a lot about the support that I'm bringing for Jared Scar with the repairs, the extra shield, and all that stuff. Grum is going to keep hitting shield here. So he can never get his Bloodlust triggered against Jared because I just keep putting shield back on him. Whereas even if they did bring a repair for Grum, he could go through that with his 7 damage and piercing. So I'm always going to be able to hit away at a little bit of Grum's health. Grum can't get to my health. So even though he has a huge health and shield advantage, at least to start, from an attack standpoint, Jared Scar is going to beat Grum most of the time if you bring the right cards behind him. Anything else to point out? Oh, what's nice here too is, you'll see the reflection shield the void armor, where, this fire damage, because he's going to be taking poison damage. I was a little hesitant to play it, and I actually didn't even bring a triage, because I was worried the poison damage would get rid of him too quickly. But this, the poison plus the magic damage could have done me in, but the void armor that he gets makes it, really difficult to actually get through him. So let's run this. I'll have a video coming out highlighting Grandmaster Wraith in the back to basic rule set a little bit after this one. I'm going to keep playing some more games with life too, so I'll see what else sticks out. These were the two things that jumped off the page. So as you can see, right, Grum has to hit shield. We're doing a little bit of damage to him from our back line, but because he has the void, right, Brightwing's only doing 1 and Krallis is only doing 1. So it's not like we're doing a ton of damage from other places. We'll wipe that out. 7 damage there. And see, so he just did 5 right into 2 shield, right? So, not, he has to hit that 2 shield first, where Jared doesn't have to worry about that because of the piercing. And I think he gets repaired. Oh no, we're going to get rid of him before he would even get repaired. But Bloodlust, and what's funny is Bloodlust gives him a shield back, right? So that's another thing that I love about Bloodlust. This actually worked out here. We use our Resurrect on our healer, which is great. Because if you didn't know, when a monster gets resurrected, they're in a poison match, they're no longer poisoned. So now our healer can sit there and not have to worry about taking damage. Yeah, at this point, it's obviously over. They don't have enough that can do damage to Jared. Jared gets another Bloodlust. I think we lose the Shield Bearer on this turn, but he certainly did his job. And it also helped, given the poison rule set, that we had so many monsters with immunity. We had 3 in the back line. But yeah. So, so far with this strategy, we have taken care of Kitty, we have taken care of Jotun, we have taken care of Mimosa. And the last one we'll show is against Quicks, and this is an interesting one, because as you can see, it doesn't exactly work out for me that well. And the reason being is because of the thorns. You'll see, but the Resurrects actually resurrect Jared Scar and keep him alive just long enough. So the Resurrects can work in both ways. Thus far, we've seen the Shield Bearer gets resurrected, so he has more, and then resurrected plus the triages from Chancius, which keeps him alive longer, which keeps the heat off of Jared Scar. But in this instance, it's Jared Scar that needs at least one Resurrect. He might have actually gotten both. I don't remember. Yeah, we'll run this. So that's what's really cool about this is there's a lot of cards in life, mainly the Adelaide Brightwing, that provides support for both. Right? If either one of these dies, and these are your two main cards in the strategy, and everything else is support, they'll get resurrected. They can get repaired because they both have shield. This is just a really great card to stick in the middle. And the other thing is you don't need to worry about speed in the strategy. Like, look how slow my guys are. So yeah, it was because of the thorns here that... Oh no, so we did get rid of him. Oh, okay. It was the timing wise where now he moved the... What is this guy? I always forget their names. The Deep Lurker moved into the front position. So wipes away Jared, but... Boom, resurrected. So he's going to go again. We just have to hope he doesn't hit the poison. If he doesn't hit the poison, which he does again, Jared still gets to go. But he's going to get wiped out with poison. But second resurrect. I actually don't remember. He does come back. As you can see, he came back in his bloodlusted state. So that's important to know. There's no reset. He came back with his 8 attack, additional speed, and all that. So yeah, as you can see, we had to use both of the resurrects on Jared, but that's all we needed. Now they're always going to hit into my shield. I have repair. I have true strike, so their flying doesn't matter. This guy has a lot of shield, but I can do 10 with piercing. Bang. So yeah, that was the last one to show you. But really, really powerful strategy with Jared in the first position. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting, like a lot of battles I've seen from other people, the melee can attack from anywhere, the opportunity, the super sneak, where you toss him in the back line and he just unloads huge amounts of damage, from the safety of the back line. He's not really a card that's designed to be a main tank. He has low health, he doesn't have a ton of shield, and he has 0 defensive abilities, right? He doesn't have void armor, he doesn't have void, doesn't have shield, doesn't have any of that. But yeah, combined with the shield bearer and a couple of the common sort of life support cards that you see played, it can be a very, very, very powerful strategy to have Jared as your main tank. And I think this is going to be a pretty fun and useful card to use moving forward. And I'm excited that I sort of got the opportunity to use him. I'll certainly be looking to add him soon. Right now I'm just sort of holding a bunch of DEC to take advantage of the last 9 days of the SPS airdrop. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to do from there. I've been thinking about it, but don't really have a good idea. Alright, that'll be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something new. Maybe it will encourage you to go out and pick up Jared or maybe even Grandmaster Wraith. Well, yeah, stay tuned. Coming soon, I'll have a video on Grandmaster Wraith in the Back to Basics rule set where he is fantastic. All right, I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Have a great day.